another session in February, and that information will be fed to the City Council via the Subcommittee on Public Human Health and Services. Health and Human Services. So then, within 24 hours, we were told that this was an information session, that the City Council has taken lethal harvesting off the table. So truly, it has been very confusing. But what stands right now is a NWACA proposal they've sent out to their 400 members. And I would like to read this, please. So the NWACA ballot says, NWACA recommends that the City of Austin engage in a program to reduce the deer population by the most humane method possible for the health, safety, and economic welfare of NWACA residents. So I was at the Public Health and Human Services Subcommittee meeting where Plateau made his presentation. I think it was Councilmember Laura Morrison who asked them directly, what method would you choose? And they said sharpshooting. And I would like to ask, in reference to the NWACA ballot, the Plateau people, what is the most humane method of lethal harvesting? No, because there's an existing ballot, and people have voted. We have until January 28th.
Okay, let me suggest this, because this is, the purpose of this meeting is to address those issues we've been identified. If NWACA, and I understand, is interested in getting results or getting consultation with regards to Plateau, I'm sure that they would be willing to talk with you all offline about those recommendations.
But in their ballot, they said that this will feed the city decision. The results of this ballot.
Okay, let me emphasize, the city at this point in time, and I'll say this, make sure I'm clear. If I'm not clear, let me know. The city at this time is not looking at any recommendations with regards to those areas. We're only interested at this point in time is addressing the current ordinance. There are no recommendations pending or no recommendation from the health department to the city to be able to do anything more than what we're currently doing.
That presentation is on video on Channel 6 on your website. And so the recommendation to that subcommittee was sharpshooting. So that is out there. You can't take that away.
I'm not saying that they did not present to council that. I'm saying that the council has not received from the Health and Human Services Department a recommendation to do that. The department is not in a situation or in a position at this point in time to make any recommendation. We're in the process of assessing the survey, and we're also in the process of providing guidance to council with regards to our efforts underway. So for those who think that there's a recommendation out there to do that by the city, there is no recommendation to do that. We have not made a recommendation to council, and council at this point in time has not directed us to make a recommendation regarding that.
Well, there are mixed messages out there in the community. So
well, hopefully, I'm consistent with what the council has told us, and what I'm telling you is that there is no recommendation at this point in time to do that.
And what about after January 28th?
So your organization did the study, is that correct?
Okay, he's with the Health and Human Services Department.
So Plateau did the study, correct?
Yes.
You're not Plateau.
Who's here from Plateau?
And then so I heard that
right up here.
It's these guys over here.
Possibly you're the Plateau guy?
Yes.
What's your name?
I'm here working for the city. If they
Yeah,
want me to
I'm talking folks. What's your name?
What's your name?
He's a representative.
Okay.
I
I just want to meet you because I grew up here and I want to know what's going on.
I'm going to only address, my name is David Braun. I'm a lifelong conservationist and biologist, and I own the company. I'm only going to speak about the things the city wants me to because they are paying me to be here.
Okay. See, that was my first question. You're getting paid to do this.
Absolutely.
And then secondly,
we're professionals.
But
and let me finish, please.
Okay, then
I would like to address the concerns that everybody's dancing around, and without trying to get into a discussion about it. The City Council has said that they are not considering any harvesting at all. So that's why the city staff keeps telling you that. But I would like to make a personal statement from Plateau's point of view. I think I owe all of you and the city an apology. We were naive in thinking that we were making a private recommendation that was presented just for the consideration of the staff. And it was a mistake to put it out in front of the public without the context around it. A lot of people have assumed that we're talking about gunmen walking your street and children at risk. That's not what serious professionals were talking about. And before we can talk about a serious way to address the issue, we need to have a long discussion about the harm, the damages, and the options.
So you do want to have a discussion, because earlier you said you didn't want to have a discussion. So you
No,
want
the
to
city
answer and
is-
then have a give and take with the discussion. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to play tricks on you. The city does not want this meeting to be about that issue because it's not something the city council's considering.
My questions are concerning the removal of deer, and are you getting compensated? Will you be compensated for this removal?
Yes.
And who gets compensated for the removal?
There's no
and why do we need to remove one in the first place?
Okay. It's not happening. That's the point. And the city's not considering it.
So no more netting, no transport.
It's not
How much
being
did it
considered.
cost for you to do this survey for
All
them?
right, that's kind of what I want to understand. If somebody was going to get compensated per deer for removing them, if there was an economic motive behind any of this. I mean, there was an economic motive to do the study.
No, the study was done because the department and the city wanted to get a feel for what the picture looks like. That survey was done, it was provided to us for the purposes of ascertaining what, if anything, we needed to do. We, based upon what we received,